Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing very well and are having a nice day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and that lockdown/quarantine has not driven you crazy yet. Today I'm going to be making a video which kind of follows on from a blog post that I wrote quite recently, which was entitled "A Generation Epitomised by Super Speed Technology." I'm making this video because I have just completed a 3-day internship with the Bright Network for business, operations and marketing. As one of the younger people on the programme, I think I've picked up a lot of skills and knowledge that I thought would be very useful to share with all of you today. And I also recently spoke to some pupils at my old school in year 10 about how important it is to be resilient, particularly because they were having a careers day. So this video is basically going to be about how important soft skills are and experiences are, more than your grades and more than necessarily having experience in the industry that you want to go into. Just to give you a bit of background, I'm on a gap year at the moment, and this October I'm going to start university to study German. I have basically been through a very interesting journey career-wise, even though I'm only 18. I originally wanted to study medicine. I applied to study medicine, then around a year ago I realised I didn't want to do it anymore, and I was kind of forced myself down this pathway because I thought it was the right thing to do. I thought medicine was a very prestigious career and it was going to give me lots of broad prospects for the future, and yes, it would have, but it wasn't my real passion. So I did a full 180, decided to go and study German instead, ended up taking a gap year, which is where I am at the moment. I spent the first half of my gap year travelling, working as an au pair, working as a digital marketing intern. Yeah, so that kind of takes us up to the present day. One of the key things that I think my generation and young people around my age are very focused on is this idea of a career and what you actually need for a certain career, what's going to make you successful in a career, and how you're going to get to the place that you want to be. I think the main thing that so many people focus on, and I myself have focused on in the past, and it's been very detrimental to my mental health, how I am as a person and different aspects of my life, is that academia and grades are the most important thing to get where you want to be in life. And yes, grades are important. School is important, but it's not the be-all and end-all. The most important thing, if you want to succeed in life, is having the skills and experiences that are going to get you far in life and are going to make you stand out from the crowd. Because at the end of the day, everyone's going to have the same grades. If you've got 1,000 applicants who have all got a first in their degree, all got A stars at A-level and GCSE, how are you going to differentiate between these people? The answer is soft skills, experiences, volunteering, roles of leadership, roles in teamwork, contributing to the community, being part of projects, being part of societies. These are all things that are going to make you stand out as an applicant when it comes to your career. This is something that people probably said to me, but it kind of just went over my head. But I think the last few days and week has really put it into perspective to me that from now on, I really need to focus on getting the right experiences through work experience, through volunteering, through contributing to my community, rather than just focusing on getting top grades. Because as important as they are, they're only going to get you so far in life. And one of the main things I took away from today was that the top skills that employers are looking for are communication, resilience and problem solving. And I remember my chemistry teacher at school always enforcing to our A-level class how important problem solving is, and every single lesson she would say, girls, you're all intelligent, bright girls, but you need to focus on those problem solving skills. And at the time I was just thinking, okay, great, problem solving is important, we can solve chemistry problems, we can work through these issues, we can work through experiments. But I think now I actually understand what she meant, because the thing is, when you're in industry and when you're employed and you have a job, there's going to be so many hurdles that are thrown at you, and there's going to be lots of obstacles which you haven't necessarily experienced or encountered before. So obviously for those circumstances you aren't going to have the background knowledge for how to overcome these hurdles, and at that point is your problem skills that are going to come in handy. And the other thing is resilience. Resilience is so important because, again, when things come up that you haven't been prepared for, you need that drive and you need that thing inside of you that's going to keep you going and keep pushing you to work hard and get over whatever it is that's been thrown at you. If you aren't resilient and you haven't got that within yourself to pick yourself up and keep going, well, you're probably not going to be that great in the working world, because you can't use your grades, as I said before, your grades are only going to get you so far in life. Your grades at this point aren't going to pick you up. It's your skills and your experiences that you've had that will show employers that you are the right person for the job, and that no matter what happens in your career, you're going to be able to overcome it. The most important thing that employers look for, and that students don't necessarily think is that important, are communication skills. Communication is the key to success. And it is so true, and it's not something that you can learn by sitting in a classroom. It's something you learn by having real world experiences, by going out and mixing with a lot of different people from different backgrounds, different cultures, from different regions of the country, and really getting to understand people, getting to understand that not everybody's the same, not everybody has the same driving forces in life, not everybody has the same values, morals, interests, and it's about accepting that everyone's different, but also learning how to communicate with different people. One of the things that we did on the Bright Network internship was a lot of networking, and it was so interesting to do this because due to the fact it was run virtually, so there was a one-to-one platform that you went onto, and it randomly matched you up with some other person who was also on the platform at the same time, and you had a 5-minute slot to basically make small talk with this person, find out about this person, where they were from, what job they were doing, what university they went to if they were still there, and what kind of background they came from, and what brought them to this internship. And because it was random, and because it was so different from a real life situation where you gravitate towards the people that you are similar to, I encountered so many different personalities in such a short space of time, and it was incredible just to see how, depending on who the person was, I either connected with them instantly, and the conversation was very easygoing, and we found a lot of things in common, and we were able to talk, and it felt quite natural. And then there were also conversations where it felt slightly not uncomfortable, but just like they weren't the stereotypical type of people that I would mix with, because we're not similar. It was so interesting doing this networking and just speaking to so many different types of people, because it really just showed me how different people are and how you need those communication skills to be able to put across your point to every different type of person that is going to be in the workplace. So those are kind of like all the things that I picked up from this internship. I'm just going to touch briefly on what I wrote about in my blog post, which I will link down below if you want to go and read that. So in this blog post, I basically wrote about why careers are a source of anxiety for a lot of young people. I know that it has been in the past for me. I don't think it really is anymore. Even though I haven't specifically decided what I want to do in the future, I have a lot of things I'm interested in. That doesn't really worry me anymore, because I know that actually my skills and my other experiences like volunteering are more important than knowing exactly what I want to do, because I'm still so young. I was talking to people who were in their 20s and they'd only just figured out what they were doing. They still didn't know what they were doing. So that definitely reassured me. The reason I wrote this blog post was because, obviously, from personal experience of careers being a worry for me. And I also spoke to some year 10s. I said at the beginning of this video about resilience, and one of the girls during the Q&A session asked me whether I have ever worried about a career. So I thought she meant because I'm studying German next year, which obviously doesn't lead me into a direct career. So I asked her if that was why she was asking me, and she said no, just in general. And for a second or two I was slightly thrown aback, because I thought, this girl is 14 or 15 years old. I mean, I'm not criticising her in any way. It's a perfectly understandable question, and I understand why she asked it. But the thing that really hit me was the fact that so many young people are worried about something that's going to happen so far in the future. And it really got me thinking about why people are worried about this, why teenagers are worried about a career when they haven't even left school, when they haven't even chosen their A-levels, when they haven't even applied to uni. They're worried about their careers, and people at uni still don't know what they're doing. It got me thinking, and I think I came to a conclusion about why. this is. The reason that I believe careers are a source of anxiety for young people is because we live in a society that has been epitomised by super speed technology. We've grown up with smartphones, we've grown up with click and collect, we've grown up with videos on how to get 6 packs in a week, we've grown up with life hacks, cheat videos for how to ace a test. Basically, all these things, all of our life have been about getting super speed results, about getting where we want to immediately, and about basically skipping out all the steps that people didn't know you could skip out on before. And up until the point that you have to choose a career, you're basically able to cheat your way through life, I think, anyway. By the time you get to a career, there's no way you can cheat your way. You have to build yourself up. You have to compete with so many people who want the same goal. You have to work your way up the career ladder. You can't just go from being a university graduate to having a top job. And I think that's the reason it's a source of anxiety, because there's no way to cheat it. You have to work hard to get where you want to. I thought that that's probably the reason. I mean, I might be wrong, but it made sense to me. It made sense to people who have read it, at least those who have spoken to me and told me that what I wrote made sense. The thing for our generation, my generation, is that people need to stop fixating on the future. You need to focus on the here and now, focus on the skills that you can improve at the moment, and leave worrying about a career for a later date. If you're 18 years old, if you're 20, you don't need to have your whole life figured out. Everything changes, so much changes. And there's this statistic that millennials will change their career 4 times within the first decade of leaving university. 4 times in 10 years of leaving university. And that's a generation above me. So imagine how many times I'm going to change my career. From now on, the message I really want to get out to people is that there's no point in worrying about your career, and it's much more important to focus on the skills that are going to make you successful and are going to make you stand out from the crowd. That's pretty much all my thoughts. I hope you found that insightful and interesting. If you want to check out the blog post, I will leave it below in the description, so you can go head over and read a bit more of a succinct version of this, and it also goes more into depth about my thoughts, so definitely go check that out. You can also go follow my Instagram account where I post my artwork. I do it in my spare time. Yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. I hope you have a lovely day, evening, morning, night, and I will see you very soon, hopefully, in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.